What is up, everybody? It's tier list day. I hope you're having a fantastic one. I know I am, and I don't know if all of you guys are on the bandwagon yet or not, but Marvel Rivals is kind of the shit. I've been playing a lot of it. I think I'm 40 hours deep. I've hit gold in season 0, and then I'm about to hit gold in the first season. And I figured, why not just hop on and do a Marvel Rivals Heroes tier list? Now, this isn't a meta tier list, right? This is my tier list. I will tell you right now, so I shockingly am a Groot main. Groot is Biss, he's my favorite. And I fucking smoke people with him on a daily. I really do. I'm not even joking. If you play Marvel Rivals and you want to squad up, drop your name down below. I'll add you. I'll play. Love it. So how I'm going to rate this is basically just my interactions with these different characters, how I feel about them, where they sit in my eyes, if I want them on my team, if I don't want them on my team, am I pissed if I'm going against them, and just kind of overall, yeah, my opinion on it. So, first up is Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock is a very interesting character. Well, okay, before we get into this, right, if you haven't played Marvel Rivals, it is a 6v6 third-person shooter, or hero shooter, where all of the different heroes here have their own ability sets and different ways that they attack and defend and heal and tank, and then it's Marvels. It's all Marvel related. So there's a lot going on here. There's lots of characters. It is free to play. It's one of those games where it has battle passes and cosmetics, but you don't have to pay to play at all, and there's no like microtransactions to boost yourself up higher. It's very, very similar to Overwatch, just Overwatch is first person and this is third person. I do think this is going to be the game that kills Overwatch, or at least puts Overwatch in its on its deathbed. So with that being explained now, let's talk about the characters. So Adam Warlock is a healer. He is very similar to what's her butt from Overwatch. He has resurrection abilities. He's a good healer. I like having him on my team. Do I like playing him? No, not so much. He's not my favorite healer to play. But he's good. He's a good hero. Black Panther, I don't know. I haven't played a lot of Black Panther yet. He's a backline menace. He gets in that backline and goes for the squishies, the healers, your soft DPS. But I just think that there's characters that do it better. I don't think he's viable. I've only ever seen really one Black Panther that dominated, but I don't know. Black Widow, she's a sniper. She's just like Widowmaker from Overwatch. Her ultimate sucks, but just like any type of sniper in any game, if you got aim, she fucking can dominate. I've only seen her carry one time, and then I'll play her in quick match every once in a while, just messing around, and if the shot's on, the shot's on, and it's GG. But I think her kit's just a little weak right now. I don't see any world why you would take her over Hawkeye, because Hawkeye's kit's pretty strong. I think she's gonna fall right at D tier as well. Hulk is a fucking menace, man. I hate going against Hulk as a group. Especially if he has at least one good healer. He usually can beat me. I have my tricks, right? I think I have like 25 hours, 30 hours on Groot now. So like I know my walls, I know how to like funnel in enemies and stuff, and it's super fun, but Hulk is very strong. I think actually, personally, I think all the tanks are in a really strong place right now. Maybe outside of is all the characters here? Yeah, I think they're all strong in their own ways. I would say Venom's probably the weakest right now. But yeah, Hulk's great. Hulk's great. Maybe Captain America. I would say Captain America's your fucking middle of the pack. He's good. Would I rather have other tanks if who I'm pairing up with? Yeah. I'd much rather have a Doctor Strange. I'd much rather have a Magneto. Just someone that can really hold up another shield with me, or even a Venom and Thor that could poke a little bit stronger, cost some interactions. That's my personal opinion. Cloak and Dagger is fucking a menace right now. Really super strong. The ult gets charged up so fast. You can pretty much create your own battleground at that point. She's great. And I think the kit's super fun to play, right? Swapping between Cloak and Dagger, being able to heal. Your healing isn't a skill shot; it's a track. And then switching to Dagger and just being able to give him the soak. And it's fun character. Doctor Strange is also an S tier. He's my alt tank. So if I can't get Groot to work, I play Doctor Strange. And he's just overall great. Like everything about him. The DPS he can pump is great. The shield's good. His portal can be so diverse in what you do with it. It makes it crazy. And I have a lot of fun with it. Plus his ult is one of those ults that will change the whole entire pace of the game if you play it right. Hawkeye, like I mentioned before, he's definitely better than Black Widow. And he's one of those characters where if you have him just mastered and you can control the whole game. Like I've seen Hawkeyes that will just immediately headshot 3 of the DPS and a healer. And then you're running in with your tanks with nothing. So if you can master Hawkeye and you're good at aiming, he's definitely up there. Hella boring, if you ask me. She's strong. She's really strong. Her ult's easy. It's so boring to play. I really don't enjoy playing her. Captain Cuck, Iron Fist. No, I'm kidding. Iron Fist is strong. He's a better Black Panther, in my personal opinion. If you can get his rotations down, I think he can dominate a whole entire match by himself. It's frustrating too. Sometimes Iron Fist is really frustrating to go against, but I think I'm gonna put him in. Iron Man. I mean, Iron Man's great. He's super strong. I'm not really vibing with this music right now. I didn't want anything with vocals. Apologize. Technical difficulties in the moment. Shout outs. Yeah, Iron Man's great. His ult's strong. It really depends on this, right? If your team's brain dead and they don't know how to look up because they're a bunch of fucking pigs with no ass necks, then Iron Man will just clean the floor. He really will. But if you can just have someone swap to Punisher or someone that, you can just shoot up, he really becomes less of a problem. I mean, I would put him at B. Yeah, he's a B. Jeff the Shark. Love playing him. He's super fun to play. I think he's viable in low ranks, especially if you're really good at your movement abilities. And his ult, obviously, his ult's probably the funnest in the game, and it can change the whole entire course of a fight. But I don't think he's that viable in like gold to plat, just not as much. Usually people are pretty good at hitting his fin when he eats people, and it just kind of comes more. And he's super squishy. He doesn't really have a lot of defensive abilities. He's really easy to focus down. Like, take an Iron Fist, for example. He'll jump back there and punch him 6 times and he dies. Loki is strong. Loki's very strong. His kit's kind of tough to play early on, but if you can understand it and master it, I think Loki's a really, really great healer. I like having Loki on my team because he's pretty diverse. Luna Snow. Luna Snow's easily one of the best healers right now. The ult is super broken. I mean, your whole team becomes invincible for X amount of seconds. I don't know how long it is off the top of my head, but I mean, you can go through a whole entire fight, have it be half your team dead, half their team dead. Pop that, everyone's at full 100%. So no one dies. You win that fight, and you can set up for defense, or pushing or defending whatever cart. I love having Luna Snow on my team. Cloak and Dagger and Luna Snow, if they auto queue or auto select those characters, I know it's gonna be a great game. Magic, I I just don't think that it's there. She's super fun to play, I think. You're portaling around, you're chopping motherfuckers with a big sword. What's not to love? I just don't think there's enough kit to really make it viable past gold into any of the higher stuff, unless you're just a menace. If you have the right team comp, sure. That's the coolest part about this game. Anything's viable if you're good enough at the character and you have the right team comp, right? But if someone instant locks a magic, I'm like, fuck, here we go. Magneto's crazy right now. He has so much defense, he has so much utility. I like having a Magneto on my team, especially if you have his team up where he has the sword. Dude, he can pump some numbers. Mantis. Again, Mantis is super strong. I think our healers right now in this game are... I don't think there's really one weak option. I would say Jeff's probably the weakest option right now, which is crazy because Jeff's great. Like, he's still good. If you ever wanted to heal in a game, now is a good time to hop into this game. All the healers are in a good place. Moon Knight, I would argue that Moon Knight's probably one of the top DPS right now. He just has so much pump. And if you know how to use his glaives and you know how to use the onks, I mean, you can clear people from a distance, up close. His ult got buffed, believe it or not, in this last patch going into season 1. I mean, he's strong as shit, man. And he's fun to play. I like playing Moon Knight. He's not... My DPS mains right now are Namor and Psylocke, because, you know, and Punisher. I don't DPS a lot in ranked, but those are the people that I do play. Speaking of Namor, I think his name's Namor, right? Yeah, Namor. He's easily up here in the A tier. I think it's important to say that the reason, if you have to know how to play him really well, because in my opinion, Namor isn't a aggressive let's push. I think that he's great for staying in the back lines, poking at tanks and healers and whoever you can hit, setting up your little squid turrets, and then anyone who dives the back line, you're there to fuck them up, because like if Spider-Man or Black Panther or Fists of Long Dick Fury show up, like you can get 3-4 headshots and they're dead, right? Or you can pop your ult, or you can pop some turrets and you're gonna at least scare them off. Penny Parker, she's the 3rd tank that I'm learning right now, and she is strong as fuck. She is so strong right now. I think Penny Parker, if you are defending, is probably one of the best picks right now. Or if it's control point, or control, whatever the map, whatever the thing's called, she's so good. Her spider mines are insane. Her mines in general are insane. Her ult can pretty much flush out a whole team. Like, Penny Parker's super strong. And this list is getting tough. Psylocke, I think, is the top DPS in the game right now, even after the nerf to her ult. Now, the ultimate is kind of broken just because, like, I play her in quick match, and if you ult near the cart, she'll just get stuck on the cart sometimes. I'm sure it's getting addressed, but she still is her kit's so viable, so much movement, you have invisibility, and your auto attack just pumps. Rocket, obviously, being a Groot main, having a Rocket's great. I just think it's fun that he's on your back, and you get some damage debuff. Do I think he's S tier healer? Yes and no. I would still put him at probably A. I think that his kit's amazing, and you have so much utility. Plus his resurrect one person at his little beacon can change the pace of a fight. Scarlet Witch. I mean, Scarlet Witch is very easy to play. And her ult is strong, but I just think that once you know how to go against her, she really isn't that viable. And as long as you have a healer that's doing their job, like you can neglect or negate all of the damage she pumps out by a good healer. Spider-Man, I don't know, man. I have mixed feelings about Spider-Man. Spider-Man's just like Genji in Overwatch. And what I mean by that is if you're going against someone who dedicates their whole entire gameplay to playing Spider-Man, they will carry the whole fucking match because it's insane. But most people aren't that, and he has only 150 hit points. So if you literally poke him with a wet fucking noodle, he dies. But it's one of those things where I think he's run-of-the-mill average, but if it's someone who is just a Spider-Man main and they've learned it and they know the movements, he can be unstoppable. Squirrel Girl pumps hard numbers. She's launches grenades, acorn grenades. I mean, it's not super enjoyable to play. I do think that she's the corniest character in the game, believe it or not. But she's easy to learn. She's a great introduction character. Her ult's funny because you throw a bunch of squirrels out and they go and chase people. It's funny. Her immobility or her slow or her stun is really good. But I just think that there's better characters to play right now. Like Star-Lord. I think Star-Lord is strong as fuck right now. His movement is insane. His ult's good. Again, if you have a bunch of pigs who can't look up on your team, he can just fly up and he'll dominate people. If you have someone like a Punisher who can switch to a Punisher, maybe a little less viable, but I think he's actually more viable than Iron Man with his flight because there's just so much more utility there. Yeah, Star-Lord's crazy right now. Storm, even though she got buffed, I would say she got moved up to average with her buff. I just don't see it. I've never been scared of playing against the Storm. I've never had an issue. I've never seen one carry. I just don't think it's that good. Punisher, he's not the most exciting character to play. He's got an assault rifle, a shotgun, a turret, and a zip line. And then his ult is just more bullets. But he's insanely strong. They just actually shrunk to his bullet spread, and I think they sped up how fast his shotgun shoots. If you just can aim if you can just aim and shoot, he's pretty strong right now. I think you have to be really good at situational awareness though, because you're going to get focused one way or the other, whether it be by a tank or another DPS or both DPS. But if you can play around your team well and keep your angles sharp, he can carry a whole match. Thor, I don't know, man. I have mixed opinions of Thor. I've seen him do really well, and then I've seen him just be literal a weight on the team. I don't hate him. I don't like playing him personally, but I'm not super thrilled if I have a Thor as my second tank on the team. But I'm also not like throwing a fit, you know. I don't throw a fit if anyone plays whatever, right? As long as you're willing to switch and ranked to help the team. Venom, again, we talked about Venom earlier. I think Venom is strong in his own sense, but it's just, I feel like where the game's at right now, it just doesn't really have Venom being strong, in my personal opinion. When I run into Venoms, I'm like, oh, whatever, man. You're going to jump in there and do jack shit. You're going to do some poking. As long as my team rotates to save the healers, he's in and out. I don't know. I also shit on Venoms a lot with my walls, so. Winter Soldier, I mean, I feel like with his ult right now, it's pretty broken. His engagement level is insane with his pull, and he has a dive in. If you can aim, he's up there, man. He's one of the best. And last but not least, Wolverine. I think Wolverine early on wasn't getting play, as much play, but I think Wolverine's going to be a top echelon DPS the more people learn strategies and stuff. Because, like, I haven't played him at all. I haven't touched him. But I cannot stand when I have to go against one because his damage must be percentage based or something. But, like, he will shred me on group. Like, if I'm not careful, he'll do one rotation and kill me. And it is insanely tough to deal with. But that's the list. There is Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman who are out now. They're not on this list yet, which is fine. I don't even know where I would rank them yet. I would probably put Invisible Woman somewhere in the higher echelon of B, and I would probably put Mr. Fantastic in A right now because I don't understand his kit fully, but it seems pretty bullshit because he just doesn't take any damage. I don't know. I've seen him in competitive now a little bit. I've seen Invisible Woman a lot. So I think both of those characters are very viable. And like when we're even looking at this list, right? Like even if you wanted to play these, let's say C and below or even like B and below, you're not gonna be in a bad spot, right? Like you're gonna be fine. And just because these characters are ranked up here doesn't mean that they're the best, right? Like I think arguably everyone outside of Groot, I know people probably wouldn't put Groot up in S, but like, these are kind of the most played characters right now, I would say, from Punisher to Cloak and Dagger. And then I do see more Hulks and Magnetos probably over Groot. Penny Parker's getting popular. I do see a ton of all of this B tier. And then occasionally, like, Scarlet Witch gets played probably the most. I see her everywhere, but I think she's weak. But anyways, that's my list. Let's check if there's a community rank or not. There is. And it sucks. They just put everyone at S tier. But they did put Storm and Black Widow at B. Funny. Alright guys, let me know if you agree or disagree. And like I said, if you want to hop on and play some matches, grind some ranked, or just do some quick match fun, hit me up. And then next week, I will catch you on the next tier list video. Peace.